Okay, hello everyone. This is just so unbelievable. Look, scientists plan lethal bird flu strain for research. Do you really trust scientists or the government? So here this is a picture in Hong Kong. And I remember when SARS broke out, you know what they did? They destroyed all kinds of chickens and they dug a pit and they lit them on fire while they're alive. They're running around. It was pathetic. It was horrible. And the people in charge, like scientists and the government, they're mad. Okay, a worker at a wholesale poultry market in Hong Kong, in an effort to prevent an outbreak of potentially deadly bird flu in April, cleans cages used for transporting chickens. Well, there could be a little bit of residue left on those. Okay, so this is yesterday, August 7th. Scientists who sparked an outcry by creating easier to spread versions of the bird flu for research want to try such experiments again, using a worrisome new strain. Why are they allowed to do this? It's like biowarfare. They could put these little bits of this in the air easily. This time around, the U.S. government is promising extra scrutiny of such high-stakes research up front. The U.S. government, who are they? Since it broke out in China in March, the H7N1 bird flu has infected more than 130 people and killed 43. Some of the world's leading flu researchers argue that genetically altering that virus in high-security labs is key to studying how it might mutate in the wild to become a bigger threat to people, maybe even the next pandemic, which they probably want so they can reduce the population and have a reason to have martial law and, put everybody in quarantine people and quarantine places. Okay, we cannot prevent epidemics or pandemics, but we can accumulate critical knowledge ahead of time to help countries better prepare and respond. Ron Fouchier of Erasmus University in the Netherlands said. Okay, we cannot prevent epidemics or pandemics, but we can know better how to create one if we want to. Look what happened with AIDS. Oh, mutating viruses genetically. Oh my gosh, what next? In letters published Wednesday in the journals Science and Nature, Fouchier and colleagues from a dozen research centers in the United States, Hong Kong, and Britain outlined plans for what's called gain-of-function research. Well, that's interesting. Creating potentially stronger strains, including ones that might spread easily through the air between lab animals. Well, what if it slips out the window or it's stuck on their shirt sleeve and they go home and it multiplies and mutates without them knowing? Dangerous. The air is going to be dangerous. Just look at the skies. They say the work could highlight the most important mutations for public health officials. Officials are really just dumb people like you and I, to watch for as they monitor the virus' natural spread or determine how to manufacture vaccines. Donald Rumsfeld, Bill Gates and their vaccines. Frightening. They want to give brand newborn babies on their first day of life the HPV vaccine that has paralyzed people. They want to give that to newborns. The announcement is an attempt to head off the kind of international controversy that erupted in 2011 when Fauci and Yoshihiro Kawaoka of the University of Wisconsin-Madison created easier-to-spread strains of another deadly kind of bird flu, the better-known H5N1. International controversy. Of course, any laboratory does whatever they want. Now, they probably put some nanoparticles in there and some blood cells and spray it out of airplanes over big crowds, targeting certain people just enough to, keep the population down and it's kind of fingerprintless, no one will notice. Okay, the concerns, how to guard against laboratory accidents. Okay, these are the concerns. The concerns. How to guard against laboratory accidents with the artificial strains, and whether publishing findings from the research could offer a blueprint for would-be bioterrorists. What if the would-be bioterrorists are just some rogue scientist in the lab? Well, you can order a lot of this stuff online these days. What if somebody just gets upset, They just go, I just feel like unleashing this on the world. The H5N1 work eventually was published, so that's out there if you want to recreate it. Okay, on Wednesday, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services announced an extra step. In addition to scientific review, researchers who proposed creating easier-to-spread strains, isn't this just like madness? They want to create easier-to-spread strains of the new H7N9. Will have to pass a special review by a panel of experts. A panel of experts, who are they? They are just people who don't care, they're too tired, they don't read, they just pass it. Who will weigh risks and potential benefits of the work. We live in dangerous times, I think. Okay, thank you for listening to this, and beware, don't trust anyone. Don't trust the government or these experts or these scientists, because they are being paid off and we don't know. Pray to God for your soul, because that's who you will have to answer to in the end. And I just looked at this, Outside Lands. I never even heard of it before. I don't know anything about it. But all these people who go to these giant concerts and have fun together and everything, each person will have to answer and know in their own hearts what is next for them in this life and the next one. Here's something else interesting. Hunger Games camp for kids. Well, it didn't work. Kids are basically, they love killing and death and everything deep down. I don't know why they had this kind of a camp. Anyway, that's another story, but this is a big one here. So be careful, everyone. Scientists are out of control what they're doing. Okay, thanks for watching. God bless everyone. Bye for now.